Godspeed to the city streets. We began to feel the.
Hello everybody. So good afternoon. I'm the obstetrician and gynecologist. So in coming 15 minutes, I would like to talk a little bit about cervical cancer. Do you all know where is cervix? Do you know where is cervix? Yes. Okay. I just want to raise a question. Did any one of you here have regular performed cervical smear? That means pap smear. Anyone have regular performed pap smear? No. Okay, so it's less than 10%. Less than 10%. Now I would like to use 15 minutes to raise the awareness that this is very important. Okay, so I would like to talk about an update of cervical cancer screening. Okay, so just now everybody know where is cervix? Cervix is the neck of the uterus. That means the opening of the uterus to the vagina. So you can see that from the left side of the photo is the uterus. Okay, and we have two ovaries, left and right. During pregnancy, baby is inside the uterus, but if the baby needs to come out, the liver needs to through the cervix and then through vagina and then the liver. And cancer of the cervix is at the neck of the uterus. That means you can see this area. So now it is number 7 killer in Hong Kong of cancer, among all cancer. Do you know what is number 1? Anyone can guess number 1? Breast cancer, yes. Did you all have regular breast examination? No, again, no. Okay? But for breast cancer, in fact, you can do self-examination. If you feel that there is a mass, half in size, not painful, go to see doctor. Okay, so at least you can do the examination yourself. But for cervix, you cannot, because you need to visit the gynecologist to perform the smear examination. In the past, when I'm a medical student, it's number 4, but now it's number 7. You know why? It's because we have a universal screening that brings down the cancer number a lot throughout these 10 to 15 years. Okay, now we have a lot of studies talk about the cause of cervical cancer. Like many cancer, many people don't understand the cause. For example, my dad passed away because of cancer of colon. Until now, I still don't know the cause. Why it caused cancer of colon? Is it stress? Is it food? I'm not sure. But for cervix, now we know the cause. It's very important. It is due to an infection, HPV infection, that is sexually transmitted. So, if a lady didn't have any sexual intercourse before, should not have cervical cancer. I can very clearly tell you this. So, for the HPV infection, it can cause the cervix, it will stay in the cervix and vagina for lifelong or for a very long time. If your immunity reduces, you may have the change of the cells. So it can change from CIN1 to 2 to 3 and then to cancer. Okay? This process, in fact, can be throughout 5 to 20 years. Okay? It depends. So if we can catch CIN1 or 2 or 3 and then we treat it, then it will not proceed to cancer. Is it clear? It's clear. Yes. Okay. How to pick it up? We need to do cervical smear. Pap smear. But now, one more thing we can do is to do the HPV test. Okay, so if you know the high risk, HPV have high risk and low risk. If you know the high risk and you pick it up and then you monitor it, also will not proceed to cancer. Okay, one more thing is CIN2 and 3 usually will proceed to cancer if you don't treat it. But CIN1, about 60 to 70% will change back to normal spontaneously by our immune system. Okay, this slide is also important. To me, I think if you didn't do any cervical smear screening, at least you know some symptom of cervical cancer. If you know that symptom, you visit doctor early, and then we can give you treatment. What are the symptoms? Like abnormal vaginal discharge, very foul smelling, like poo. So it's very, very obvious. And then irregular vaginal bleeding, not just irregular bleeding. In fact, more specific is after sexual intercourse. We call it postcoital bleeding. And finally, abdominal pain is more likely due to the cancer pain. Okay, so nowadays we have two prevention methods. The primary prevention is the HPV vaccine. Did anyone have HPV vaccine? Oh, that's good. Okay. So nowadays the HPV vaccine cover the high-risk HPV, cover 9 species. But in fact, we have more than 9 high-risk species. But at least we can, if we have the injection of the vaccine, we already reduce 90% of cancer of the cervix. Okay, so this is primary prevention. And for the secondary prevention, exactly is the survival speed. So nowadays, for the Pap smear examination, you can perform it in the maternal healthcare center, the family planning association, or there are one more new service. You now can see the district service. Have a DHC, district health center. Okay, yes, and they can link up with some doctors to have the screening. So we have 3 type of screening in Hong Kong. So go today, if you didn't do it before, you go to register. Then you can arrange a Pap smear. Okay, so Pap smear is the screening. But nowadays, to be more advanced, or if we really have more resources, apart from Pap smear, we will also add in the HPV test. So they can help us to triage the severity of your situation. But from time to time, because Pap smear is quite invasive, many people didn't like the gynae examination. They would just do the HPV test. Okay, so for example, if you heard of some ladies in US or in other country, they may perform the self-test. So they don't need to see the doctor. They can just use a swab like this, open it, and then put inside to the vagina as deep as it is, but do not cause yourself too painful. And then circulate it in a circular motion 1 to 3 times, and then remove it and then put it back. Okay? So from our college, Hong Kong College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, we already put down there are 4 to 5 tests in the market. They are FDA approved. So if you find that there are high risk HPV, go to see the doctor. Okay? But did anyone look at read the news recently? Some people said some company have the problem of collecting the sanitary pad can do the HPV test. In fact, there's not enough evidence. But for the urine test, we know that there are some evidence. Okay, so from the right side, you can see that because the urinary bladder is quite near to the vagina, so sometimes HPV can move towards that area, and then when you collect the urine and do the testing, you can see the high-risk HPV, may also refer to doctor for further investigation. However, I think at the moment we still need some more evidence or some more data to support the correlation of the test, whether it is really the urine HPV test positive is related to the survival status, as just now I mentioned. So, but at least this test is non-invasive, so will not cause discomfort. Okay, so if really abnormal smear or abnormal HPV test, what will doctor do? Doctor will usually do colposcopy. So I usually do this test in my hospital. So we will look at the surface under the microscope and take some biopsy to make the diagnosis. Okay, so it should be the last slide, this one. So I hope that in these simple slides I can bring up the awareness and then you all understand a little bit more about the screening of cervix cancer. Thank you.
Thank you for watching, guys. Jesus loves you. Bye.